We would be honored if you would join us.
There has been an awakening. Have you felt it? Julian, we're home.
This is a very special edition of the Force Talk podcast where we are talking everything that happened in The Force Awakens. So, if you guys have not seen it, pause this video and go watch it, enjoy yourself, eat some popcorn, come back, listen to our beautiful voices. So, that is your warning. My name is Trey Mitchell. We're all going to start this podcast off with saying, like we said, spoiler warning. Now I'll let my two other people introduce themselves. Tanner, what's up?
Hey, it's me, Tanner. I'm here again.
Tanner's very emotionally distraught.
Very. I'm grieving.
Yeah.
Josh?
Yeah, it's me, Josh. Oh my God, great movie.
Yeah, so let's just start off with our initial impressions. Basically, I know we talked about this, but who we saw with when we see it, just our initial thoughts right after it. So Josh, I'll let you start off.
Okay, I love this movie so much. It's everything I wanted this movie to be. For the years, since we've seen Return of the Jedi, we've always wanted this movie. We've wanted another movie, and just to see it, I'm so satisfied, because this movie could have easily been bad, because everyone came up with Episode 7 in their brains already. So watching this, they did a great job, and I think everyone was satisfied, and I'm happy. I'm very happy.
Yeah.
With everything.
Tanner.
Love the new characters, love the old characters. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Tanner,
how about you?
I loved it. It felt like Star Wars again. Because even seeing I saw Revenge of the Sith in theaters, even then, and I liked it, but this felt like Star Wars again in no way that any movie has aside from the original trilogy. It was so much fun. It had the humor that Star Wars needs. It had the fun and action that Star Wars needs. The likable characters, just everything about it. It was just so Star Wars. It's weird because it didn't disappoint. It's not a perfect movie, but it didn't disappoint me. It gave me more. I liked it. It gave me more than what I wanted. It's hard to say. I don't want to spoil anything. So,
well,
yeah, it was great.
You can, because this is a spoiler podcast.
It was just aside from a specific scene, I think it was perfectly everything I wanted.
Was it that squid scene?
I didn't mind the
I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that
Ranthar scene,
fine.
I think it's called.
I thought it was
that dude. Did you realize that one of those dudes in there looked just like Mark Ellis?
No.
Yes,
dude.
You noticed that too?
Yes. When I'm watching this, I'm like, what is this?
Was it that Scottish guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah. As soon as I saw him, I turned around. I was like, dude. I turned to my brother and I was like, that looks like one of the schmoes.
I know. That's what I said to my friend. I'm like, that looks like Mark Ellis.
Yeah.
I never saw that way.
I tweeted them. They didn't tweet me back. But I tweeted them. I'm like, what'd you get?
Now that he's in a Star Wars movie, he doesn't tweet you back.
Classic Ellis.
Right? He's tweeted me back before. Now that he's famous in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my impressions, I love this movie. I know we'll get into our positives and negatives later, but like both Tanner and Josh said, this felt so much like Star Wars. It was a callback to the originals. A lot of people were saying it's too much like A New Hope, and they have a valid point. But is that really a bad thing? It's not too much like A New Hope. It's like Creed. How Creed was a lot like Rocky. Rocky 1. It's like they're using the same themes. I guess you can say, well, basically the same thing happens. Main characters on a desert by themselves. Basically, they're an older mentor comes and they leave and they go blow up a big Death Star thing. But that's not how I saw it.
And then also the mentor dies.
It had very similar plot points, but
so does every movie.
Yeah, but Creed also is basically the same plot as Rocky 1, but they did it in a kind of new and fresh way, and they made you love it, and that's what I think The Force Awakens did.
Yeah.
That's what I think so too. It really it had like you guys were saying, it's the same kind of plot as the first movie. Like there's a lot of similarities to the first movie, but it stands on its own as its own thing.
Yeah.
Which I love. Also, it's so rewatchable. Like
Yes,
when
I
I
wanna
first
watch
watched it, I'm like, I'm gonna rewatch this movie over and over. And when I watched it the second time, also it goes by so quick.
Did you like it even better the second time?
I don't know if I liked it even better the second time, but I still really loved it. Like, I loved it as much. Like, I saw it the second time in IMAX 3D, which was good. It wasn't great. Like, my eyes were kind of hurting at the beginning of the movie, but
Yeah, same.
like that's the only reason. Like, right when I saw it in IMAX 3D, I was like, I'm so happy I didn't see it for the first time in IMAX 3D because just my eyes started hurting at the beginning, but it was nice on that giant screen. It was so good.
I saw it basically IMAX 3D. It was like this AMC thing. It's called like ATX or something. There's like 12 of them in like the country. I don't know. It's weird, but it was really cool. I had like seats that were recliners, which was really cool. They like reclined all the way back, and they were leather, which was cool. But
Oh, that's really nice.
yeah, so let's just go straight into it. Let's just say all of our positives. So Josh, I'll let you start again.
I think for my positives of the movie is basically almost everything. Like, almost everything is positive. Like, my biggest positive is probably the new characters. I fell in love with these new characters. Like, even the new characters, the ones that I love the most weren't the ones I thought I would love the most. When I went into this movie, I'm like, the two I'm going to love the most are Rey and Finn. The two I love the most were Poe and Maz Kanata. I thought
Really?
that they were just great.
That's interesting.
And like, that was great. The new characters, the comedy was awesome. I loved the laughs and everything in this movie. Story was great. I think the action scenes look great. The visuals are great. The old characters coming back were great. I loved almost everything about this movie. I have like a few nitpicks, but that's it.
Yeah.
How about you, Tanner?
Yeah, I thought, like you said, I thought the comedy, it was a very funny movie. You know, it had the Harrison Ford as Han Solo was, I mean, he was Han Solo. He was a more broken, you know, darker Han Solo, but he was still Han Solo, and his back and forth with Chewie. I thought Daisy Ridley was fantastic. I was not worried about her. I thought I had faith in her, but there was a part of me that was like, she's never been in a movie before. What if she doesn't come off great? But no, she knocked it out of the park. Finn did too. Poe was extremely likable. I want to see so much more of him in Episode 8. You couldn't have had more of him. There was so much crammed in this movie, but I definitely want to see more of him in the future. I think BB-8 was awesome. I think he was great. He was in the same way of like, I was worried that they were just going to have him, that I wasn't going to like him, and he was just going to be the replacement for R2-D2 and C-3PO. And while he kind of is, he's likable himself. He was hilarious. That scene where when he's on the Falcon with Finn and he pulls out the lighter, that scene, that killed me.
I have a question. Was that a thumbs up or middle finger?
That's what I thought. I thought
it was a middle finger.
My brother thought it was a thumbs up. I thought it was a middle finger.
Yeah, I thought it was a middle finger too.
Yeah, so
You know, that says a lot about how our minds think.
Well, no, because like, I mean, if you think about it, BB-8 was kind of pissed he was in that situation, so I don't think a thumbs up would feel appropriate.
I want to go middle finger. I want to say it's a middle finger because I think it's funnier. So I want to say it's middle finger, but it was most likely a thumbs up.
I think it was a middle finger that they'll say it was a thumbs up, but they'll kind of wink at it.
Yeah, like I hope. That was so funny.
That was so freaking hilarious.
I was still cracking up when I saw it for the second time.
Chewie was great in this movie too. I think Chewie
was like
funny.
the MVP.
Yeah, he was amazing.
I liked how when Han and Chewie and Rey and Finn were kind of in that situation with the people, with the Ranthers and the Guavian Enforcers, when Han was like, I've never let you guys down, and then that one guy was like, you have, and then he's like, how many times? Once, and then the other guy's like, twice, and then he looked at Chewie, and Chewie's like, yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
That was really funny. I really liked that.
And I liked Kylo Ren. I thought he was great. And I think the opening when he like first shows up is crazy cool, and how he just like, what is with these force powers? These confuse me because he can like freeze people and freeze
That
things
was
now.
cool, yeah.
He's really strong in the Force.
I was like, what is this? Because like when that happened, I was like, I did not know you could do that. What was Darth Vader not doing that for?
And
'Cause
everybody-
that's insane.
Everybody pay very quick attention to what Tanner just said because that's the last good thing you'll ever hear him say about Kylo Ren.
No, I do think he's the best villain in any movie of 2015. He is I hope he dies so bad, but at the same time, he's a great villain.
Yeah.
I think he
I hate
probably
him
was.
in all the ways I should. I hate him because he's a villain. I don't hate him because he's a bad character.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah,
you hate him.
You
He's
hate
a
him,
great-
and
yeah,
that's
but
the
in the
job
same
he's
way, like
supposed to do.
I felt for him the entire movie until a certain point. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't really feel bad for him during the
I
movie.
didn't feel bad for him,
You
but
just- you
him
just-
contemplating whether to go to the light or the good,
You-
I felt like it was kind
I
of
felt the struggle. So,
you were like you knew like his mindset the whole time basically.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like maybe there's a chance for this dude. Now
Yeah.
there's not, but at the time I did.
Yeah. So my overall opinions were that this movie was freaking awesome. Like I remember opening night I saw it Thursday night. Like every time something would happen, I like would put my like arms like behind my head, and I was like, oh my god! But I was like, I wasn't talking very loud, and then this lady was like, can you please stop talking? I'm like, yes, sorry. Like I was so enthusiastic, I had to get told to shut up. But
The people cheered in mine
Oh.
theater. Like when when the crawl starts, everyone like jumped up and screaming. There was a lot, like everybody laughed. Like I don't think it's been the last time I've been in a theater where the audience was that into the movie all together was like the first Avengers. Like it's been that long, and this probably even more.
For me, it wasn't like that.
mine, like the opening night for me was like that, but then the second time I saw it, not so much. And then this morning when I saw it, holy crap, the audience was involved. Like they were like screaming, like just when it just said a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, they clapped when like Leia came on, they clapped when Luke came on, they clapped when Han and Chewie came on, they clapped when they saw Vader's mask, like clap central.
You know what was nice is like when we saw the movie for the first time, like I didn't expect the theater experience to be like that because I was talking to someone in the line when we were waiting, and when I was like so excited on Thursday night to see it, there was a guy that was talking to, and he was like, have you ever been to a Star Wars premiere, like Thursday night for a Star Wars movie? And I'm like no, I haven't. And he's like well, you got to see the movie a few times because everyone is so loud and stuff like that. I didn't really believe him. Like I was like I hope everyone's cheering, but
No, people were
I thought everyone would just be quiet watching the movie. No one wanted to like talk because didn't want to miss anything. Oh my god, like when the credits, like when the trailers started popping up, everyone started clapping and cheering for the trailers, like, yes, can't wait for the movie. And then when it said, like, last night when I saw it, when it said put on your IMAX 3D glasses, everyone lost it in the theater. And it was like there were still 4 more trailers after that, but it was really cool. And like the involvement of the crowd, like, was so nice to see, like, how many Star Wars fans, like, probably the first night when I saw it, the most cheers was when the Millennium Falcon, when you first saw the Falcon, everyone like started cheering, clapping. It was great. Loved it.
Did it meet your guys' expectations?
Yes.
I would say for the most part it did, and in some ways exceeded them.
It exceeded my expectations. Like I didn't even think it could be this good. Like I really loved it. I really loved this movie.
I just wanted to see new Star Wars. I knew I'd love it the very first time I saw it, but the question was, would I like it the next few times? And like I tweeted last night, this shows how good of a movie this is. I tweeted, The Force Awakens is the anti-Phantom Menace. Like the more you think about The Force Awakens, the more you love it. Where it was the opposite about the Phantom Menace, and that's a great sign.
Yeah, because with my for an example, like my friend, one of my friends I saw like a whole group of my friends, but one of my friends I saw with, the first night he was like, well, it was good, it wasn't great. He's like it was alright, like there was some problems and stuff like that. And then the next morning he calls me up. He's like, I was just thinking about the movie. I love this movie.
Was it Elijah?
No, it was one of my other friends.
Oh, okay, guys. This is the only time I'm going to talk about this because it makes me mad. But I had some friends that I'm never going to invite to I'm never gonna invite to a movie again because like they were talking about like how they love like they were like yeah go Star Trek and they were talking like the whole freaking movie and then
That's
like
fun.
when they walked out they kept saying Han dies like the whole way to the car. I was like, that's such a dick move.
And
Pardon
dude,
my
I
language.
hate freaking people that try to spoil it for everyone.
Me,
That's
like
so-
that made me so mad, and I had to drive
because
them home.
I was spoiled on that moment. There was part of me that hoped it didn't happen, but the weird thing was I went on YouTube and I was on the NHL's YouTube
Oh
channel
yeah, I saw your tweet about
to
that.
watch highlights to a hockey game. And I look in the comments section and one dude goes, Han dies, he's stabbed in the chest by Kylo Ren. And I'm like,
Did someone really write that?
I swear to God. And I'm like, what is this? This has nothing to do with Star Wars. What is wrong with you?
That's so,
And there are people that had thumbed up his comment too. Which I was like, what is wrong with you people?
that's so messed up.
Yeah, but that's just that's it. Very annoying, but there's a lot of positives we can go into. Let's start with. Did I already say what character? Okay, yeah. So we kind of got off track. So Josh said, or I think yeah, it was you, Josh, that said Poe and BB-8 were your favorites, right?
No, Poe and Maz.
Or sorry, Poe and Maz. Why?
Yeah.
Why those two?
I think Poe like was one like when I saw the trailers like Poe. I never thought Poe would be one of my favorites. I never even thought Maz would be one of my favorites. It's just more that I think about those two characters, the more I like those characters. Like I feel like it for me that one character, like you know those like the how everyone's like crazy about Boba Fett, like where they're gonna buy everything that comes out for Boba Fett.
Or
If
Captain
I were one
Phasma.
of those. If I were one of those people, I would buy everything for Poe after this movie. Like, I just thought Poe was such a cool character. Like, watching the movie, I thought Poe just was so likable, like, with the comedy. Like, that one scene at the beginning, like, I don't think a lot of people really like that one line Poe had at the beginning.
I liked it.
No, you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
I know you. Yeah.
Yeah, I love when Kylo Ren just goes up to him, he's like, so am I talking first? You gonna talk first? I can't really tell with the mask. I thought that was great. And then that one part when and then how about that part with John Boyega? The relationship between him and Finn were just great, or where he gives Finn his name, or how about that one scene, the comedy between those two, that one scene where he's like I'm gonna break you out. He's like, are you part of the resistance? And then Finn's like, no, because it's the right thing to do. And he's like, you need a pilot. He's like, I need a pilot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was awesome. I love that. They
That was-
had great chemistry. All the cast did.
Oh yeah, their chemistry was great. Poe and Finn were probably my favorite chemistry. Like they had this.
I cannot wait.
yeah.
For like
They
the
had
sequel
this-
for them to be like to be buddies in the sequel.
Yeah, they were great.
Because
Oh, yeah.
now Finn's with the Resistance, so it's gonna be awesome.
They had this like Han Chewie relationship, like where they were
They
like
do,
best
yeah.
friends.
But it's more like it's not like Han.
no,
It's
it's
like
not
the main.
Like that,
it's like
but,
it's more
yeah.
mutual, I'd say. So Tanner, who were your two favorite characters?
Well, I love Poe. I don't
New
think
character,
Poe is
sorry.
the person I expected to be my favorite because he seemed like he was gonna be like Han, and I think he was in the sense of he's the cool guy. So I think he'll be my favorite, but I think I didn't see quite enough of him. I mean, Han Solo was my favorite in this movie, but as far as the new characters, probably Rey. I just found her to be extremely interesting. I thought she was great. I mean, I really liked everyone. I think Finn, Rey were probably the two. I liked the most.
Finn and Rey.
But we saw most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
No one's gonna say Phasma.
No.
Even though we got nothing from her.
She was like the only person that got less screen time than her was Luke.
Nah, Max von Sydow. Lor Santeca is his name.
Yeah, but Max von Sydow had lines. Luke had no lines. He just stared.
Hey, one
And
thing I want to ask
we'll
you.
talk about that
you're-
later, but that was my favorite part of the movie.
Hey Trey, one thing I want to ask you because you're reading the book right now.
Mhm.
Does Max von Sydow get more screen time in the book, or?
I mean, he has a few extra lines of dialogue, but I mean, it's pretty.
What's his name? Who is
Lor Santeca.
he?
So
Oh, okay.
that's not that character from Aftermath.
No, but they do say that Leia has known him for a long time, and like, I really liked his lines where he's like, there can be no balance without the Jedi. The dark side will overtake it or something, which is really cool. Which is also my problem with the prequels, because, and I'm not gonna talk about the prequels for a while, but the prophecy of the Chosen One bringing balance to the Force literally has to mean that the Sith rise, because it's all Jedi. So that's just one problem. But to answer your question, Josh, just a little bit more, but not a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Just wondering that. I can't wait to read that book. I'm really excited.
Yeah. My favorite two characters, new characters. It's hard to kind of do this because I loved them all. Ray definitely, and then I'll probably go BB-8. I just freaking love BB-8. I don't know how they captured BB-8's essence so well, but whoever did that should win some kind of award.
I think it was JJ because direction.
Well, yeah, but I mean because there were people that were controlling BB-8 the whole time. That's what I mean. Mean the people? Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, that was such a they did such an amazing job of capturing emotion from a droid that doesn't talk.
What do you guys think about his spider web kind of thing?
I was like Spider BB-8, Spider BB-8.
Yeah, I love that thing he had when he just when he was down, that scene where Han gets them for the first time.
Yeah.
Where Han finds them, and BB-8 and them are all down there, all down. I'm not sure what it's called, but they're you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, right?
It's where they hide.
And I just love how BB-8 uses the tentacle things to just bring him up, to drag him up. I just thought that was just a little thing, but I loved it.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I have a question. What did you think of Supreme Leader Snoke?
I loved him.
You loved him?
I was scared as I was scared at first because I'm like, why is he the size of a transformer? This is ridiculous.
Yeah, same thing.
But
here.
then when I found out it was a hologram, I'm like, okay, maybe he's normal size. And that's just a false alarm.
Yeah. I got a spoiler for the movie before the movie. I was on Christian's Twitter account, and I don't know, someone wrote something to him, and he wrote back, and I was reading the comments to that tweet, and someone wrote, Snoke's a hologram. So I was so when I saw the movie and he was 20 feet tall, I just thought about it. I was like, oh, he's
That's why you don't go on Twitter for a whole week, dude.
What?
I said, then that's why you go on a Twitter hiatus for a week until the movie comes
that
out.
was such a tiny thing. I didn't get anything else, and I was so happy.
Yeah. Tanner, what did you...
Such a tiny thing.
Yeah, so Tanner, what did you think of Snoke?
I liked him. I thought he was pretty intimidating. Some of the CGI looked weird to me. I guess I just expected better because Andy Serkis is amazing, what he did with Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
True.
But I thought some of that was off, but I think that he looked cool. I still think he's probably Plagueis, but I mean...
Ditto.
I'm not swayed against it or swayed more to it yet. I'm still kind of in the same way. I think he looked cool. I think he was intimidating. I can't wait to see more of him because he's going to be finished training Kylo. He has more training to do, so that's going to be cool.
I think there's going to be someone above Kylo. I don't think Kylo Ren's going to be the ultimate villain. I think there's going to be someone...
Snoke.
Not even Snoke. I think they're going to have someone who's even more badass than
Benicio del Toro.
than Kylo Ren, but Force-wise maybe Toro, and Kylo Ren has to kill him. I think there's going to be a very big challenge for Kylo Ren to meet.
Do you think Kylo Ren will ever turn good like Vader did?
Hopefully no.
Going into the Force Awakens, I go, Kylo Ren's probably going to be redeemed. You cannot be redeemed from what you did to Han. That is the point of no return. Because if you look at the parallels between Darth Vader and Kylo Ren sees Darth Vader's one failure as being too attached to his son to the point where he would go to the light side and save him. Where Kylo Ren saw that as Vader's one flaw, so Kylo Ren had to get rid of the one person who could turn him back to the light side and his father.
Well, but Vader did. Kylo did ask Han if you would help me.
Well, yeah, but he helped him by killing him. That's the thing.
But he still said I know that was that was such a great scene. I love that scene so much, and I'm not gonna complain about anything a part of that scene. It was just thinking about it. I was he said when I saw it yesterday, I was he just said yes. He said, "Would you help me?" And he's anything. So then he kills him, and I was oh, that's what he meant.
Yeah.
And okay. Here, I got a question for you guys. So remember when Snoke? Remember that scene, the last scene of the movie, where Snoke says to the last scene you see Snoke. Where you see Snoke talking to General Hux, and he says, and he says the
He's like, bring Kylo.
bring
with
Kylo
me.
Ren. He's got to finish his last training or whatever, something like that. What do you guys think that means?
I think it means that Darth Plagueis.
Like, what do you think's the
Sorry,
training?
not Plagueis.
What do you think?
Okay, hold on. I think Snoke is on whatever they call it, Moraband now. I think they call it, like the home planet of the Sith. And I think I think he's gonna have to do something, some kind of trial and tribulation. But I have no idea, nor does anyone really.
I just think that you got your butt kicked by a girl who's never touched a lightsaber before. You need more training, because what the crap, Kylo
Well,
Ren.
that being said, Kylo Ren, like, Chewie did shoot him, so like he was already hurt going into that, and then like he got hit again, like through like the shoulder. I think Finn got him, so like he was pretty damaged by the time that Rey got to him.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
but still, like, I don't even like, who would Kylo Ren even be training? Like, not training. Like, how would he even be like good? How would he even be like good in the combat with a lightsaber? Because who is he gonna be fighting? Like, I don't know how he could really be training for that kind of situation. Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, Snoke could have trained him with it. I mean, in the same way that, like, clearly Luke had some training with Yoda with the lightsaber that we didn't see, because he's a lot better in Jedi than he is in Empire.
Yeah.
So did that whole thing? I think you're right with the Moraband thing, or I really hope you're right, because I would love to see Moraband.
Same.
I just love that in Darth Bane in the
Yeah.
book. I
Yeah.
think Moraband is such a nice, like, such a cool planet. Like, just to see it looks amazing, and I can't wait to see that. Hopefully it's the same, like, look. Hopefully it looks the same. Well, actually, yeah, it was in Clone Wars, so it's canon, so it has to kind of look somewhat like it did. And yeah, I really hope you're right about that. And I think I can't wait for the next movie just to see, like, actually see Snoke.
Oh, I know.
Actually see Kylo. I want to see more interaction between Kylo Ren and Hux. I love their interaction together.
Yeah. I mean, I have this is like a kind of a double-bladed sword, because I have, like, while I wanted a lot of stuff to be explained, it didn't, and that makes me kind of, like, feeling like I didn't really experience what I thought I would, but then it also, like, leaves everything open for 8 and 9. So, like,
What do you mean?
Yeah.
like, I wanted to know, is Snoke Plagueis? Like,
Yeah.
Is Rey's staff Plagueis' staff? Like, is
Rey related
is
to
Rey's Luke's daughter, who I think it is. But we'll talk about that later. Like, more Captain Phasma, like, what's going to happen. I don't know. I just wanted more backstory, but they really set themselves up for a lot of books and comics. Like,
Oh, I
just
can't wait for books.
like, I remember seeing that scene where Han was like, "Well, how'd you even get this, Mouse?" And she was like, "That is a story for another day." I was like, they just set themselves up for a comic or book.
Yeah, exactly. Do you think we're gonna find out in
directly.
the novelization?
No.
You don't think so? I hope I want to, but I mean, I think they should just have like a Maz book or something. I would love them to have like come out with a journal, like Maz's journal or whatever, like where she talks about her adventures.
Yeah.
That I want to see.
Well,
I really want to see that.
Where did Maz go? Like, when her castle got blown up. I don't think she's dead.
Yeah, that's
but
it. No,
where did
just
she
kind
go?
of vanished.
Yeah, like where?
Like the last scene we see her in is she gives the lightsaber
To Finn.
or she's talking to Finn and she's like, "You have a weapon."
Yeah.
And that's the last. we see of her.
That sound that the lightsaber made the first time, holy crap! Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but that was like just like, it was very, very powerful. That, I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
What do you guys think of the lightsaber battle?
Oh, it was better than anything in the prequels. I'll tell you that.
I love the prequel fighting style.
I like a lot of them, but I love this one.
This
more.
one was awesome. Like, it felt so raw. That's why I loved it. It felt so raw, not choreographed. I mean,
It
and
felt
obviously
like
it
a
was
mix between
choreographed, but
both, is what I liked.
yeah, I mean, that part where Kylo, and this kind of goes in my theory why I think Rey is indeed Luke's daughter, which we'll go into later, like I said. But that one shot where Kylo has just kind of like almost paralyzed Finn, and like the lightsaber is in the snow, just like how it was when Luke had to do that when he was in the Wampa pit, or not the Wampa cave. and like you thought that Kylo was gonna get it, but then it just goes to Rey. I was like,
Oh,
holy shit, that just happened. Like I was like,
the problem
oh.
with me is right after Han died, I was not focused on the movie. I was like stressed out. But when that happened, that kind of woke me back up, and I got kind of reinserted into it.
I mean, I was pretty like right after Han died, Chewie started shooting people, and like he went crazy. So I was like, from that point on, when I was involved. But yeah,
I thought that was a great lightsaber battle. I liked how it was a mix between both prequels and original trilogy.
Yeah.
It looked like a mix of both.
It was. I mean, and just the visual, like it's such a nice feeling to have the Force Awakens being shot at like real places. You know, to know that almost everything there is actually there. It's just something that's really nice to know. You know, like BB-8 is an actual thing. He's not just CGI. It's really refreshing. Yeah.
A lot of the creatures, like they looked a lot cooler because they weren't just CGI. Like you could tell they were there. They were real.
Did you guys see that one creature that was in Maz's castle? That was the original concept art for Han.
For Han?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I saw that.
So Han was like, wait, no, for for Chewie, or I don't know. There was like an original concept art for either Han or Chewie, and like they like brought the character back as like their own character, and they had like a toy for it.
Wasn't Chewie's original design Zeb?
I don't know. It's one of those two, but I'm pretty sure that's a fact. But, yeah. What do you guys want to transition into next?
I think
the negatives.
Yeah,
negatives.
that's what I was gonna say. What are you guys negatives?
Can I talk about one thing first?
Yeah.
Do you guys think Rey is Luke's daughter?
I think so. Though that I wouldn't put money on it, but I do.
Like when I saw the movie for the first time, I was like, no, that's not Luke's daughter. But when I saw it for a second time, I was just like, when I saw it for the first time, just watching it, like we want to see what happened. Second time, I was analyzing a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
I was analyzing rooms and like decoration, like looking at stuff. And there's that one thing when Rey, I don't remember what was going on, but I remember exactly what it was. You know that part when they are landing on the planet that Maz's castle was on, when they're, you know that scene, what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they're landing, and she says, and I almost said Daisy Ridley, Rey says, she's like, I didn't know there was this much green in the galaxy, and Han just like looks over and gives her this look like, I feel bad for you. And like, and then he invites her to be part of our crew, and I was like, he knows her somehow.
And
he knows her.
And when Maz Kanata's like, or someone's like, who is this girl? And then she leaves, and we don't get to hear what Han says.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
One thing I don't know. I don't think anyone's talked about this. Rey had a fighter pilot's helmet. I think Luke could have given that to her.
Oh yeah, she did have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like looking on my laptop right now, and damn, does that look like the same helmet? Like, I don't know, but
Yeah,
I just saw so many parallels to Luke and Rey, like that lightsaber, when she grabbed it, like I said, the desert. They both grew up on deserts, so kind of alone. I think their faces look very much alike when they were the same age.
Dude, I think that Daisy Ridley reminds me a lot of a young Carrie Fisher and what's her face? Who ever played Padme? What's her name?
Portman.
She looks like them, and I feel like they went out of their way to get someone who looked a lot like.
Well, that's why for a while that's what I said. That's why my whole thing was, Rey is Han's daughter, because he looks exactly like them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you guys a picture on Twitter that I have of Rey and Luke side by side. Dear God.
I think I've seen that one when Luke's on Tatooine and New Hope, and their faces look almost identical. It's insane.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so you guys wouldn't put money on the fact that that she was Luke's daughter.
I wouldn't put money, but I'm.
If I had to choose to put money on that she is or isn't, then I'm putting money that she is.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, so I just sent you guys the picture if you guys want to see it, because I think they look so much alike.
It's
that
just,
is insane.
I don't like watching. I don't like when something. I don't like when something happens, like let's say a movie or something like that, where like the first scene in the movie is like, oh, I'm your dad.
Yeah.
Like I don't want that to happen.
Yeah. What did you guys think?
Oh my god,
Yeah, I'm telling you, they look so much alike.
that photo.
Yes, and
Yes.
I wish Anakin wasn't in it because he just makes it look foul. But
I hate sand,
Anakin
guys.
Should be in it. Holy shit.
well, yeah, I'm see that's exactly what Tanner sent me. Holy shit! But I'm just saying, like, they look so much alike. It scares me.
Oh my god.
But
That is.
I know. I'm telling you, man. It's freaking the Force works in weird ways. But going back to the point of, I found a picture of just them two. Going back to the point of, Luke. What did you guys think of his presence in this movie? Did you like it? Was it just right? Did you guys want more?
It was perfect.
Yeah.
Even though I want more, of course, but I thought
I
it was
will be
perfect.
right back, guys. Roll in a second.
Okay.
I thought I want more. Of course, I want more from Luke. I want to see more, but for what they set up, I think it was perfect. We're gonna see the movie's gonna be about Luke. The next movie, or not about Luke, but he's gonna be a huge part of the next movie, and I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see more of him. Yeah, that was just great. What do you think?
Of Luke.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of the movie, and I think I'm the only person that thinks that, but I freaking love that scene. Like I love it.
I feel like my favorite part is also one of those where no one says that either. Like says that's their favorite part.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the movie is the first scene of the movie.
Yeah, that was
It's the
really cool.
Whole Poe scene and Kylo Ren. That whole scene is my favorite part of the whole movie.
Yeah, but okay, so going back to Luke, like, that last song that they play, it's called like the Jedi Steps and finale. I get chills like listening to that because that's like a mix between Rey's theme and like kind of like the essence that Luke has, kind of trying to just be like the hero. Oh my god, emotions galore. But just like the way Luke looked was like like he hadn't seen someone. But that's the best acting Mark Hamill's done since Star Wars ended. Like it Mark
Hamill did great. Like for the scene, like just the look he gives was great.
like I can't
How
wait
much
till
do you think he
episode
got
8.
paid for that one scene?
Well, I think it would. I just think he got a contract for like 3 films.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't per movie, but probably like $1 million, maybe. I don't know, but I mean, just like the way that Luke looks, and like I remember, man, I get chills even thinking about this, and I'm weird, but I remember when they. Do you remember how I said, is Rey gonna have like more than one outfit?
Yeah.
She did, but
She did. She didn't till like the very, very end.
I
She
know,
did.
I know. But like that, like right when the Falcon like flew to the planet that Luke was on, that Josh and I think we know what planet that is from a book, but
The mountain.
yeah,
Oh, Skelly Michael
That's
Island.
Skelly
that
Michael.
one's from the
Heir to the
what's-
Jedi, or no, what Weapon of the Jedi?
Aftermath. Oh, okay.
No, it's from Weapon of the Jedi.
Someone
But,
said they thought, or in Aftermath, he went somewhere, and that's where they thought it was.
oh
but,
no, I don't.
I didn't read Aftermath. or
But
anything.
yeah,
Aftermath was awful.
but anyways, like that shot where we saw just like the ocean, the islands, I screamed. Like I was like, that's Skelly Michael Island. I've been reading about that for 2 damn years. Now I finally
Yeah, I
see
know,
it in a
like-
movie.
that one scene, like that whole thing, the Skelly Michael Island stuff, I was right when we saw Skelly Michael Island for the first time. I'm like, oh yeah, Skelly Michael Island. We've been talking about that for like almost every episode of our podcast. We've talked about Skelly Michael Island.
I just freaking love that scene.
Mhm.
Like I don't it because I mean I think you guys know this. My favorite part of Star Wars is the Force. I love the Force. It's just there's just something about it. But like that temple where Luke is, like, I just want to see Episode 8 so damn bad. Like
Me too.
it just.
Do you think we're gonna see like where do you think that temple is? Do you think it's inside the Skelly Michael?
What do you mean temple?
Like remember they were saying they were looking for the Jedi temple? or Luke is trying to find the first Jedi temple.
Well, I think the temple is the island.
You think it's just in general the island?
And then
You don't think it's a
this
part
is
of the island.
I don't know, but this is the song that I'm talking about. Like it's crazy. I won't play all of it, but I didn't really start the right part. But well, like, do you remember like when she was walking up? It seemed like there was like some sort of like formation of rocks and stuff. I don't know if you like remember it, but like it looked like there was like a I think that was part of it.
That's what I think too.
But yeah.
Did you guys think of the what do you guys think of we didn't see anything of the Knights of Ren, or barely?
No, and I'll let Tanner talk. Tanner, talk this whole time because I know you gotta go soon.
I thought that the Knights of Ren did not have. I thought they were going to be the raid guys.
Me
but they
too.
weren't.
Yeah, I'm disappointed from that.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, and I was kind of disappointed with that.
They're just kind of there for nothing, really. Like
Yeah,
they're-
right when I saw the raid guys, I was like, oh, okay. But yeah.
Okay.
What do you guys think of the Knights? Like, the Knights of Ren were, like, barely there. Like, or they were mentioned, and I can't wait to see more of them. I was kind of disappointed with that because I wanted to see them, because that was, like, everyone was talking before this movie came out. Like, we heard so much about this Knights of Ren, and it got me so excited because I thought it was, like, a cult or something, and I couldn't wait to see it, and they mentioned it once.
Snoke mentioned it.
Yeah,
He was
Snoke said he's like, you're the master of the Knights of Ren.
Well, no, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was like, neither you nor the Knights of Ren have ever felt something like this.
Oh, okay,
Because-
I thought he said. What I thought he said is, I thought he said this Snoke master. I thought he said like Kylo Ren, master of the Knights of Ren, something like that.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I have no idea. I've only seen it once. I got to see it again.
But you think those guys in that shot, the flashback or whatever, you think that's Knights of Ren, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That was a great scene, the flashback or whatever that was.
Mm-hmm.
Or flash forward.
It was awesome.
The Force. So good. It was one of my favorite scenes. Tanner, what was your favorite scene of the movie?
I really liked seeing the Falcon fly again. I liked probably when Han and Chewie showed up.
Yeah. That was
Though I would
awesome.
say I got the most emotional when the opening crawl started.
I
Just seeing
screamed.
that again made me insanely
Yeah,
emotional.
I think that was me too, was the opening crawl.
Just the Star Wars, the music playing, and then the opening crawl, just all that.
And
Yeah.
everyone just lost it in the theater.
Yeah, it was a great experience. It was like the best experience ever in a theater.
Oh yeah, for me too. Like before this, my favorite experience in a movie theater was when I saw. My favorite experience in a movie theater before this was when I saw Jurassic Park in IMAX 3D. Saw a screening for it. When was that? Like 2013, and that was just amazing. But no one was like cheering or anything. This like, oh my god, the crowd was like so into it, and never had any experience like that.
Yeah.
So excited.
It was
So happy. Can't wait to see it again.
Yeah, so Tanner, just kind of to wrap it up, because I know you got to go soon, just what else do you want, like, just...
Can I just say the two things I had
Sure.
a problem with in this movie?
Yeah.
First
Yeah.
of all, I felt like the movie was constantly going so fast that at time, like when like the whole like Star Killer situation with Poe trying to blow it up, I never really, to the point where I didn't care about that. I thought like I was too focused on what Rey and Kylo were doing, whereas like in New Hope, like we got to focus on them trying to destroy this. I just felt like I never felt like Star Killer Base was a threat.
Yeah.
It was never made into really anything. It was just like, oh, they're gonna blow this up, and that was disappointing. That never felt like a threat to me, and I also think that the way that Han Solo died, not that he was killed by Kylo Ren, but the way it was executed was done very poorly. I never felt like that's the first time we ever saw Han and Kylo Ren even confront each other. I never felt a connection to there, you know? I never felt like they were father and son. So when he died, for me, it was more of just it didn't affect me the way it should have. It should have been a terrible, terrible moment, but instead it just made me mad instead of making me sad. Like, don't get me wrong, I cried, but in a way of where I was very upset. It was more I was mad because we would never get to see Han again than I was that the scene itself. I did think it was beautiful how when he's falling, he like goes to touch Ben's face, showing that even though you just killed me, you're my son and I forgive you, which that was beautiful. But up until that, I just thought it was so telegraphed. You could tell it was going to happen. I didn't feel like I expected more from them because you're killing off one of the most iconic characters in the history of movies.
Yeah.
And I just felt like they could have done it a lot better. But aside from that, it's amazing. It's amazing, and I love the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my only problems with it.
Yeah, I think Starkiller Base, I kind of wish it didn't blow up. Just because, like, you go from a Death Star to Starkiller Base, what else are you going to do? Like, Star System Base? Like, it's going to be like a whole galaxy of... I don't know how you can even upgrade from this, you know?
Yeah. I don't want to see something. I don't want to see another...
Nothing needs to be blown up for at least another 10 years.
I don't want to see another Death Star kind of thing.
Yeah, same.
I want First Order to be a threat in, like, a different way. Like, the First Order were, like, Nazis in this movie.
Yeah.
And we talked about Hux. I thought Hux was great. There were times where he was kind of chewing the scenery, but I thought I liked him.
I think I liked Hux more than Tarkin.
Yeah, me too. So some people are saying that they think Domhnall Gleeson overacted for that. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's what I thought. He chewed the scenery a bit, but it wasn't bad. It didn't bother me. It didn't take me out of the movie. I like Domhnall Gleeson. I think he's a great actor. But I can see where they get that because he was chewing the scenery a little bit, but I was okay with it. It didn't bother me. I liked him as a character.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to say before you gotta go?
It was an awesome movie. It did what I wanted it to do. It felt like Star Wars again.
Yeah. What are you expecting from Episode 8?
I expect it to be darker. I expected there to be a lot of training, a lot more Luke. I'm expecting it to be a training movie in the sense we'll have Luke training Rey. I think we're going to see Snoke kind of training Kylo. I think, and then we'll kind of see Finn and Poe kind of go on missions with the Resistance. And I want to learn more about Rey's backstory.
There's that actress named Gugu Zimbabwe or something.
Yeah.
But she's rumored to be kind of like Finn's new kind of girl that like he's with for Episode 8.
I don't want to see that
because Rey's not going to be there. So like they were like
she's playing Sienna. I don't know.
They were having like a screen test, like a chemistry read with other actresses because they're casting for a new female lead. And
wasn't there a rumor for Han Solo's daughter too?
Yeah, but I don't.
I guess that's not true because I feel like she would have been brought up.
Yeah,
maybe.
I thought so too. From some at least. I don't like. No, it's not that I don't like. It's like I hope that's not true. Like that. I don't want Finn to have another love interest. Like if she's just a friend to Finn, okay, cool. I just don't want Finn to have a love interest. I don't want anyone really to have a love interest.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't want to see it.
Well, I think there was some chemistry between him and Rey.
I don't want that.
I think the prequels have scarred me too much with love story.
Yeah.
If they do it right, I'm fine with it. It just depends.
I could see Poe in someone.
Yeah.
I could see Poe too. Like I want Poe to get more screen time. Like I loved Poe and I loved what he was in, but I mean it was a crowded movie. There was a lot of characters.
There was too much to cover, and that's why I think my biggest problem was some of it felt rushed. It's because they couldn't help it. There's so much.
I mean, they were trying to cover 30 years of the 35 years, whatever it was, of knowledge they wanted to cover, and I thought they did a great job at like letting us know, hey, this has been going on. Like
they probably did the best they could.
Like when the opening crawl came up and it said Luke has vanished, it's like, Oh, okay. This is where the movie's going. All right, cool. I'm
Yeah,
happy.
it started out like it wasn't like it was like bam, you know what's happened, you're right into it. Like Luke's gone and they're trying to find him. That's basically the whole premise of the movie.
And I like that. I think that was a good opening crawl, a great opening crawl.
Me too. I'm just happy that the first word wasn't war! Exclamation point.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh my god, we made fun of that so much in school. Like me and my teacher, we make fun of that so much in school. It's like we were just like war. Like we're like, how did the opening crawl start off with war?
Mm-hmm.
That would be so messy. That would suck.
Yeah. So Tanner, do you have to
Who
go?
thought that was a good idea?
George Lucas, prequel George Lucas. Yeah, I gotta go, guys. But this is awesome. Thank you guys so much. We've officially seen the movie we've been waiting for forever.
That
So
is
it's crazy.
That's kind of
Thank
scary.
you guys.
All right, sure, man.
Can't
And
believe this
then,
podcast.
and then Josh, we actually have another guest coming on in about 3 minutes. His name's Dean Cook. He's Australian. He's coming on in about a few minutes. So
All right, sure.
lose one, gain another. So, what? I mean, okay,
There
so
is another.
you and I didn't really talk about you and I haven't really talked about our what we didn't like about the movie so much. So do you want to talk about that right now? I'll let you go ahead.
All right, the stuff I didn't like about the movie, my biggest problems with the movie, I had like one big flaw with the movie, and that was the R2D2 thing. I
Really?
just really hated that. Like he was like asleep or whatever.
He
or,
lost
like,
the motivation to live.
He lost motivation to live. Okay.
Padme
But-
2.0.
But they were but why did he all of a sudden wake up at the end?
Because I think that BB-8, like, I don't know.
But didn't he have the map before?
Yeah.
Same thing.
I think why I don't know, but I guess I mean I don't really know how else they would have executed it.
I think it was just a plot point that I really didn't like. I think R2's a great character, and I don't want to see him. Like, I love seeing him. I love seeing R2, but I just hated how they used him in that scene. And I think a lot of people, like a lot of little kids, are going to kind of be annoyed.
Yeah.
Because a lot of little kids love R2.
I think R2 and BB-8 had better chemistry than Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman did.
They do.
And they're just droids. I also anything else? Any other negatives you wanted to talk about?
My other negative is, like, I don't know, just too little screen time for, like, Captain Phasma. But I mean, we still got 2 movies.
I
and
mean-
she didn't die, so. not
Yeah,
really
I mean, we being the fans kind of overhyped her to a level where they never really said she was going to be a big, contributor to the movie, but fans saw
it was
that
just
outfit.
like they got Gwendolyn Christie from Game of Thrones, and they got
and she
I
kept
think-
talking so much
Yeah.
about it. Like,
she kept talking about it. There was so much merchandise for her character, right, to the point where it was like, oh, I can't wait for this character. Can't wait to see this badass villain character. And then it's like, oh, nothing.
yeah. And speaking of her, speaking of Phasma, one of my problems with the movie was why did she lower the shields down so quickly? Like,
I don't know.
Okay, so Dean I added him, so Josh, just say something for a little bit, because I'm going to add him. So any other things that you didn't like?
No, that was really it of the stuff I didn't like. I really thought this was a great movie and a great job by JJ. And I have a feeling right now 8 is going to be even better.
Do you?
Yeah, like, I just have that feeling for some reason right now that 8 is going to be even better than this one.
I mean, I think it's going to be darker, so if you like dark.
What?
Josh, you're cutting out. Well, what'd you just say?
I said, what did you say?
Oh, I didn't say anything. Dean, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, dude?
Nothing much. How are you guys?
Pretty good. So we've talked a little bit about The Force Awakens. What are your thoughts on it?
Basically, it was amazing. It defied my expectations. Definitely in my top 3 of being a Star Wars movie. It's definitely one of the best. It's definitely going to bring a whole new set of fans in as well, which is going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm just excited for 8. I'm excited for 9. I'm excited for all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which new characters did you enjoy the most?
From best to worst, probably Kylo Ren being at the top.
Yeah.
Such a good character. Like it just nothing like Vader, but still the same menacing tone. Like it just how well they did Ben.
That
this
was
is all
cool. Yeah.
Sorry, is this spoilers?
Yeah,
or not
yeah,
spoilers?
yeah. This is total
Yeah.
spoilers.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, just how they did Ben, and I rewatched it again for a second time yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's in the snow and his mask is off and he's facing Rey, just the agony on his face, because he's still. I feel that he's still not 100% dark even after killing Han Solo.
Yeah,
I think still conflict there, and I love the conflict in the villain.
Yeah.
Other than Kylo, Finn was amazing. Poe was that. To be honest, they were all really good characters. Bar Captain Phasma.
Yeah. I mean, I think Phasma will have a bigger role in 8 and 9, but
Definitely.
Josh and I were just talking about. Oh, Josh, this is Dean. You guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh.
So we were talking about how like us fans kind of overhyped Phasma a little bit. Like they didn't really say that she was going to be like an integral part of the movie, but I think we kind of, as fans, kind of put her on a pedestal that she wasn't really meant to.
I would disagree, just because if you look at the way they did the marketing, the poster, Captain Phasma's right in the middle of all the stormtroopers. The second most sold toy was Captain Phasma for a reason.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's not
I'm pretty
first.
Sure. I'll have to double check like after this, but yeah, like it was one of the most sold toys, and just the black edition, they made sure to make her like super cool. Like
I bought
I
that.
understand it is our fault because we kind of
Overhyped her.
Yeah, we did overhype her. I just think the marketing as well, like the way they market it, and the way Gwendolyn Christie was talking about her character.
Yeah.
It seems like a few scenes were cut from the movie. I think that there may have been one or two extra scenes with Gwendolyn in there that we didn't get to see, which would have made her the badass that we thought she would have been.
That's another reason I want to read the novelization, because it is like it's canon. Hopefully, there's more scenes with Phasma, because I love from the scenes she was in. Like even though she was barely in it, the scenes she was in, I loved her. I absolutely loved her in the scenes she was in, but I wish she was in it more.
Do you guys, and this is kind of a question, do deleted scenes in movies, like when they're like on the DVD or Blu-ray, are those canon?
Probably not. You think
they
so?
are. Being Disney and being everything that they put out is now canon, I believe. Or do you reckon they just go by the theatrical release?
I think because the novelization is canon, I think if those deleted scenes are in the novel, I think then, yeah, they are definitely canon, but I'm hoping they are.
Because I think someone asked J.J. Abrams, I don't know if it was how many minutes or how many scenes are going to be in the Blu-ray that weren't in the movie, and he said like 15 to 20, and I think those were scenes, not movies,
wow.
Which is really, really, that's be nice for me.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But I mean, I was kind of wondering, like I bet we'll get a little bit more Phasma. I'm hoping to have kind of an extended cut with Luke, but that's just me.
No, they won't. Definitely not Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did that perfect, where they were like, that's it.
Me too, but I just can't wait a year and a half.
But if they had more with Luke, I guarantee that won't be even on the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
With the novelization, do we know how much extra is going to be in there, or if it's going to be a direct copy? Because I know the old ones, they used to kind of go off on their own and have extra scenes, but being that it's all canon Disney now, have they said they're going to put extra scenes in the novelization, or is it just going to be...
I've read like 25 pages of it, and so far it's like, I mean, there's like, when the movie starts, you know, we see the First Order, and then we see Jakku. When the book starts, we hear Leia's thoughts about how she wishes she didn't send Kylo Ren to kind of Luke, and like she feels bad about that, and how she feels like she's responsible for Luke leaving, and she needs to find him. Like for her, she needs to find Luke, and then it goes to Jakku. So I don't really know. I mean, and then there's like a few extra lines with Lord Santeca, which is Max von Sydow's character, and there's like a few extra things. But I mean, I don't know if we'll get necessarily extra scenes. That's something I'll have to do have to
I think
read
we'll
it.
get a little bit more, like just because a book is like so long and a movie is like only 2 hours. So
Yeah, and
how long's the book? Is it,
274 pages.
okay, so
And from
that's not that
from
long.
reading only 25 pages, I think the either guy or I think the person who writes him is Alan Dean Foster or Dean Allen Foster. I mean, this is a very good, very well written book so far. Like it has me hooked, and I've already seen the movie 3 times. So that is a pretty good testament to how good the book is. And then, Dean, what were some things that you didn't really necessarily like about The Force Awakens?
Ooh, let me just gather my thoughts. Sorry, guys, I did just wake up.
It's okay.
I apologize for being late.
It's all good.
Fine.
What didn't I like about The Force Awakens? A few dialogue scenes. The second watching, they kind of went away, but I didn't think Carrie Fisher was that good at
I feel
acting.
you. Yeah.
Like, it just seems she's just her voice from all like the smoke she's had over the years and things like that. Like, it just didn't go well with everyone else being so
Gifted.
I don't know. Everyone else seemed like their character, and I love Carrie Fisher. Like, don't get me wrong, but
She's kind of crazy.
her acting level.
I think we just got cut out or something. Josh, are you there?
Yeah. So, other than, like, for example, when the dialogue's going on, and instead of saying like, I miss him, it's like, I miss my son, and that continues in the dialogue even after they've established that Ben is their son, obviously.
Yeah.
And it just, her acting there didn't convince me. It was kind of like, okay, I feel like you're just reading lines. It's isolated to one scene though, so that's fine with me. I didn't like how predictable Han Solo's death was. I think they could have made it, like, I loved the scene. I was like watching it the second time, it was even better.
Yeah.
And they needed something dramatic, but even someone that had never seen a movie before could have guessed that as soon as Han Solo stepped on that bridge, that Han Solo wasn't going to make it off.
Yeah.
Everyone in the theater knew Han was
Yeah,
dead.
everyone.
When I went back and watched it today, I go, damn, Princess Leia basically killed Han, saying, please have him come back with us. Like, he's not going to turn. Like,
I don't know.
I don't know. I just didn't like you said, Carrie Fisher's acting wasn't phenomenal. She does this thing with her lips now where they like go out. Like she like extends them out farther than they need to be, and it looks weird. It's like she's making.
Has she had any surgery or anything like
Probably.
that? It does seem very default her face. But
Yeah. Well, she's only 59 too.
What has she done? Has she done anything like recently?
No, she was in like when I saw previews for The Force Awakens. There is this show about like chicks who are single and divorced or something. And she was like had a cameo in that, but I don't know anything else that she's done.
I mean, I know she was in like one episode of Entourage, but
Yeah.
Was she?
she played like one of those a telephone company person, like, you know, one of those like people that call you and like asking you for your credit card information.
Oh well.
She played one of those people.
Oh well.
Yeah. That's the
Sorry
only
guys, I don't
thing
know what you've discussed. Have you guys discussed who if Rey is Luke's kid?
Yeah, we both think that she is. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think she is.
You don't?
No, not at all. The way the movie's set up, it just seems like if she was Luke's kid, we would have found out by now, or there would have been subtle hints in The Force Awakens.
Well, I think there were actually.
You think there are subtle
Yeah,
hints?
but sorry, you keep going.
Oh, but basically, the second viewing, I'll watch it again. But it just seems weird. Like, for example, I reckon Kylo Ren might be 5 years older than Rey, or maybe
something
between
like that.
5 and 10.
Yeah.
So it would have had to give Luke a window where Han and Leia didn't know about her. So there's like a window of about 3 years where he could have gone off and had a kid and then dropped her off at Jakku while supposedly training all these other Jedi, which become the Knights of Ren, or however that works out.
Yeah.
So it just seems a little bit weird that Leia and Han would have no idea. I don't know. Like, there are signs that point to it, but I think the way the movie's going, I don't think they're gonna pull the whole "I am your father" bit.
Yeah.
in the next.
I think they did know who she was.
I don't, but like I think maybe the way to get out of that situation is like I think maybe Luke, Leia, and Han all thought if Luke had a daughter that she was killed by Kylo Ren, and like they don't even know that she's alive. I guess. And like someone else brought her to Jakku that they
because
didn't know
Kylo
about.
Ren still had the light inside of him.
Yeah.
Oh, that would play a good part in it. But
Like-
then when you see Kylo Ren meet Rey for the first time, there's no indication that Kylo Ren knows her.
Well,
or
I
anything like
actually
that.
think there is because when Kylo Ren had that scene where he started like swiping up like he took his lightsaber out.
Girl.
Yeah, he asked. So that the guy was like, there was a BB unit and there was FN 2187 and then there was a girl, and right when he said girl, he like force choked him, like pulled him forward, and he was like, "What girl?" Like I feel like he knew there was
I
a
did
girl
too.
there, but I mean, obviously we don't know crap, so who knows?
Oh yeah, we don't know anything. This is actually going to be harder now to wait for this new movie.
Oh, I know,
than it was
but it's-
The Force Awakens.
It's fun to speculate though.
Yeah, like we've seen the movie and we still have tons of questions, which I love.
Yeah.
I love that.
Some little subtle hints I think to why Rey could be Luke's daughter is first off the whole she was on a desert planet kind of by herself theme. Two, I don't know if this is really foreshadowing or anything, but remember when Luke was in the cave with the Wampa and like he reached for his lightsaber that was in the snow and grabbed it. That was the first time
yeah.
we seen him do that. Rey did the exact same thing with the exact same lightsaber in snow too, and I don't know why, but I just felt like that. I've seen that before. I don't know. I felt like that was kind of telling.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was something.
What do you think? Sorry, Josh. Go ahead.
No, I wasn't saying anything.
Oh. Dean, what did you think of the lightsaber battles or battle?
Oh, probably the best we've had so far, to be honest. A lot better than the original trilogy, because it was.
Visually.
And the prequel trilogy obviously was a little bit too over the top.
Choreographed.
Don't get me wrong, like I loved the like Darth Maul's fight scene and stuff like that, but this one seemed.
It's more more like raw
it's
and
hard.
real.
Yeah, and it's hard because these guys aren't fully trained in the way of the lightsaber. So
Yeah.
you're actually watching them fight with a lightsaber as if it was just a crude weapon. Like when Finn, and even Rey, like you see Rey stab it as if it's like a normal sword,
Yeah.
as opposed to a lightsaber. I really like the lightsaber fights.
Yeah.
Are you guys in the same boat?
Yeah, I mean, I loved it. I thought it was. I mean, it's probably my favorite visual thing in the whole movie. And I really like.
Oh yeah.
I really like the X-wing fights too. But I kind of wanted to. I don't understand. They didn't address why Kylo's lightsaber was the way it is at all. I was kind of shocked in that aspect of the movie because like there was a whole uproaring about why does he have a crossblade, and that one shot that we see in the very first teaser trailer of him where he's walking in the snow and he like ignites his lightsaber isn't even in the movie.
There were a lot of scenes from the
Yeah,
trailer.
there were a ton of scenes in the trailers that weren't in the movie, which I'm kind of happy with because I felt like I didn't see as much of the movie in the trailers, I guess. But I thought that was a really cool scene that they probably could have kept.
I'm fine with that. They do this all the time. They always have a lot of scenes that are not even in the movie and trailers.
I know, but like this one caused the internet to go crazy, for like a day just because of the why.
I mean, I
why
don't
does it
think
have a
they should
hilt?
explain the crossguard. I feel like if they did, it would kind of feel out of place in the movie.
I just want to know why he has it because I don't like. I want to know like how he made it. I want to know.
I
all
think
that
that's
stuff.
something for a book.
I
Yeah,
know,
it's gonna be definitely be in a book, maybe even in the novelization. But
I actually think what they might do is maybe Luke will explain it to Rey when he's teaching her.
that'd be cool. I just want more Luke. I
Maybe
freaking
I don't-
love
Say to
Luke.
Rey like something like why and why he has this lightsaber,
Yeah.
and then she creates her own. Like not exactly that, but something.
Do you guys think that Rey's staff has significance?
Oh,
No.
100%. In that last shot, you see like her holding it's a wide shot of her and the staff.
Oh, I love
And then the
that,
next
yeah.
one is like a zoomed up medium shot of her putting on the staff, and it's like, come on, why do you still have this? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think what significance it has is maybe it's the last thing her parents gave her or whatever.
It's one tall staff for a little girl.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's like a family heirloom or something. I don't know.
I think she probably found it in the Crash Star Destroyer. Like it's like
Yeah.
something from that. But
You guys have read Lost Stars, yeah?
yeah, it was
Yeah, of course.
epic book.
Oh, one of my favorite. Can you guys confirm something for me? In the flashback scene of when she's a child and she's getting held by a guy, was that the same voice as the vending machine person? That sells
Yeah, it was
food?
the same person.
Yeah, beautiful. Because I wasn't 100% sure. I just wanted that confirmed.
Yeah.
Wait, what vending machine guy?
You know, like
Guy
he's like
that's-
he's like 1/4 portion.
Oh, okay.
I was
Yeah.
like, wait, and that was crap. What's his name? Who's the guy who's in Star
Simon
Trek?
Simon Pegg.
It is him.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I was watching it. I was
Yeah,
thinking.
good.
Did you guys notice
What's that guy's
Daniel
name?
Craig?
Crap. Simon
Oh,
Pegg.
okay.
It was that was Simon Pegg.
Yeah. Did you guys notice Daniel Craig's
Yep.
cameo?
Yeah.
I didn't see it, no.
His cameo was, you know, that one, the one stormtrooper that dropped his gun, the one that that she used the Force on, that Rey used the Force. That was Daniel
really?
Craig.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a great cameo. I thought he was just like maybe just a background person at the start or something. That's amazing.
Yeah.
No, I love that. I thought, like, when I was watching the movie, like, because there was all those rumors about him being a stormtrooper. When I was watching it, I'm like, I bet that's Daniel Craig.
Seriously?
I was right. Love that.
Wow. Going back to the staff, I think that staff could be a placeholder for a double-bladed lightsaber. I think that would be kind of cool because that would be our first Jedi if she turns out to be a Jedi wielding a double-bladed lightsaber
That'd be interesting.
because
Yeah, and
she's
they've
so
shown
good with
they-
it.
Yeah, and they've shown they're doing a lot to lightsabers, like Ezra's lightsaber gun, the new crossguard lightsaber. They're showing that they're evolving the lightsaber above what it used to be. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did something with the staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she was pretty skilled with that one lightsaber though, which I was like, damn, she can handle that thing.
I didn't like that. That's part of my negatives. Like, I know she tapped into the Force and things like that, and I realized that they show her at the start of the movie like being a boss, like a boss chick that can do that kind of stuff. But Kylo Ren, you'd think, I don't know. I just want to know how much training he's had with his lightsaber,
Yeah.
whether or not he got it like that year, whether or not Snoke gave it to him. Because I think Snoke gave it to
Happy
him. I don't
birthday,
think Luke's
Kylo.
ever
Here you
seen
go.
that lightsaber before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what.
One thing, I don't know if you probably noticed this, but when Chewie shot Kylo, like that kind of really hurt him. So like when he was in that battle with Rey, he was not full health. Like he was like really hurting, and he was like,
Oh yeah, he was hit three times before the battle with Rey.
yeah,
I believe so. Yeah, he would have been definitely weakened. It just seems, even though he was weakened, he was able to destroy Finn, who's had stormtrooper training. Because you saw that other stormtrooper that Finn fought with a lightsaber. Like, I'm assuming they got the same training.
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, so realistically, Finn should be at the level of that stormtrooper. Unless that stormtrooper was a commander, I'm not sure. Did he have the shoulder
No, he
blade?
didn't.
I'm not sure. He didn't. Yeah, so it was a normal. So Finn should be that level, but Finn got destroyed by Kylo Ren. Like literally, just like bam. Like sorry, no. Like
Yeah.
no contest. And then Rey was running away for that first part, and I was like, okay, yep, cool. She's running away. She understands that he's more powerful. And then when she taps into the Force, it was literally like a no contest. But the other side, like Kylo Ren had no chance. And I bring that down to, as I said before, Kylo Ren kind of not being in the right state of mind, like just killed his father. Like, to be honest, I still think he's battling with the light and dark side.
Yeah.
He wasn't tapped into the Force.
He's
That's
conflicted.
that's why Rey was able to overpower him. But I just don't think it should have been like that much of a spectacle. It should have been more due to his weakness than Rey being a boss-ass bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Kylo Ren's biggest problem is that he is a good guy who's really, really trying to be bad, but he just can't. Like, it's just like he wants to be Darth Vader so bad, but he's just not there. Like he's like there. He has too much pull from the light side. I just think like I feel like his training with Snoke in Episode 8, because you know how Snoke was like he was talking to Hux and he was like bring you and Kylo Ren to me, and so he can complete his training. I think Snoke will probably try to get as much of the light side out of Kylo Ren as he can. But that's also one of the things I liked about Kylo Ren. He was very vulnerable, which was a cool.
My favorite character by far.
Yeah, I really
I
like.
like that.
I'm surprised I liked him a lot without
have a
his mask on. Too.
Question.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Can I throw a question in if that's okay?
Yeah, sure.
Percentage chance that Kylo Ren will end this the trilogy being good, being on the white side, the light side.
I hope not.
I say
but I think
5.
they will.
5%.
I think it's gone past the point of return because he was
Yeah.
able to kill Han Solo.
Exactly.
Like he'll either die doing something good, but I really hope they end with him being good or like still being troubled by the dark side, but still but being morally good and trying to maybe going off like Luke did and going off secluded, but being light.
Yeah, and I think John Campea said this yesterday, but how ballsy would it be if Rey turned bad and Kylo Ren turned good?
Yeah,
That'd be so good.
I would hate that.
I would.
I would love it.
Yeah.
I don't really want Rey to be bad. I like the.
I love Rey.
I like Rey. I think she's a great character. Like seriously, we got a badass female character.
I know, it's awesome.
One of the best in cinematic history, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
And
she relied on no kind of female cliches or anything like that to be boss. Like, and there was no questioning it either. Like
Yeah.
no one questioned it. It was fantastic.
did you guys?
Yeah, that's another thing. It was just the only thing was like you're the pilot. That was like
Yeah.
the only kind of things to that.
I think it was because she was young though, not because Han Solo doesn't like anyone piloting the Falcon, so he's like, oh, whatever. Like, I think he would have said it to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice that when Rey kind of basically beat Kylo and he was like laying on the ground until like the Earth split, not the Earth, Starkiller Base kind of like split in half. She looked a lot like when Luke had Vader on the ground and like tapped into the dark side. Like I noticed that similarity.
She was right there. I just got goosebumps. That
Yeah,
parallel,
I
wow.
know. I'm saying like these are the kind of little things I saw like my third viewing that I'm like, damn, she not only Dean, I'll send you this picture where she looks exactly like Luke, but like I just feel like there's a lot of similarities why they could be. If not,
I'm so excited to see it.
if not, Rey is not Luke's daughter. I think she could be like Obi-Wan's descendant or something.
I think that would be awesome if she was like in. You know who mentioned this? Someone said could she be Snoke, like distance?
Oh yeah. Well,
I don't think that's even possible. But wouldn't that be cool?
well,
That would be kind of cool.
I think that was like Mark Ellis or something, but I think he meant like, what if he's like the descendant of someone who's bad?
Oh, like I don't think he's like a descendant. She could be a descendant of like Tarkin or.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think she is a descendant, but I think it's just something that's kind of cool if it does happen.
Yeah.
I really hope she's not. I don't know. I feel that we hear it all the time in all the other podcasts and stuff like that, condensing the universe and like putting it down to a few characters. And I understand it's a Skywalker story, so you need to do that. It would just feel like this first movie was great. It followed like the same kind of key plot points as the first one, like New Hope, and if they continued that for the whole trilogy, like the next one being, oh, by the way, I'm your father, and then the one after that, like continuing it, I don't think after a certain amount of years people are going to look back and think fondly of the trilogy, because it needs to segregate itself from what came before. And right now it hasn't done that, I don't think. So it has to do that in either the next episode or the one after.
Yeah. But
It is the Skywalker story, but Kylo Ren is a Skywalker. So
Yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to. I want, because obviously the trilogy has to like end with a Skywalker being light.
yeah.
And to me, if he became light and went away and secluded himself as a Skywalker, like not as a but like with Skywalker blood in him, that would just be beautiful.
Yeah.
do you guys think we will see episode 10 and 11 and
Yeah.
12 after?
100%.
Do you know why? Money.
Disney is a machine.
Yeah.
I love Disney.
Dean, I sent you a picture on Twitter.
Yeah, beautiful. I'll have a look now.
It's very similar, but crap, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I've seen that one. That one's been going around for a while. Just, yeah.
Yeah.
And they even like had the head tilt and everything.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. There are so many signs pointing to it being it. But I forgot who said this. Someone said this to me yesterday, I believe. Because the movie is like pretty much telling you. Like normally they like to keep everything secret. So because the movie is like trying to make you think that, it just seems like it's not going to happen. Like people, like normal movie-going audience are going to be like, oh, great, yeah, I know what's going on. I'm so smart. And then when they see episode 8, they're going to be like, oh, wow, I was wrong. This is even better than I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, my teacher in school was so convinced that Luke Skywalker was evil. And I was like, no, that
Really?
will never happen.
Yeah.
Just
Do you guys think there's a chance Luke will turn evil?
no. He's the embodiment of good. If he was going to turn evil, he would have in 6.
There's no killing Han Solo and making Luke evil in the same trilogy and getting away with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want Luke evil at all.
I mean,
want
Luke is the ultimate hero in all of cinema. Like Luke Skywalker like embodies what good is.
He is.
Like, and I do think that Luke has probably struggled with the dark side in his whole like Jedi life. Like I think he's like, so you know how Kylo Ren feels the light side call like pulling him. I feel like Luke has always felt the dark side pulling him, but he always pushes it away.
As a Skywalker, you'd need that. When I was younger, I had a theory that when they say balance to the Force, like because Luke was the last of the Jedi, or so it seemed, that him going away and secluding himself and being inside the light and also being inside the dark, so being kind of like a grey and needing to live alone because he understands that he's grey.
Yeah.
I thought that was a nice spin on bringing balance to the Force, having a solo Jedi who both harnessed both good and bad, but wasn't necessarily either or.
Yeah.
That seems silly now that I've seen it, but that was always like in my mind, like that would be something that would be cool if they showed Luke as kind of like an omniscient god. Like I'm not going to meddle because I know I'm light and I know I'm dark, so I'm just going to stay back and watch it play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you Dean? What did you think of that last shot of the movie?
Of Luke, sorry.
Yeah.
I felt it was held for maybe 4 seconds too long.
Yeah.
It just like I understand like dramatic effect and everything like that. It was just a little bit too long. I loved how Luke looked. I loved the fact that it was what is it, Mount? What's the place called?
Skelly-Michael Island.
World Heritage. Yeah, it's just such a nice place. As soon as they got there, you could tell it was a real place.
Oh, I loved
you could
it.
just tell. It was amazing. It just like I kind of want to. I don't think residents can go there or anything.
No,
like
yeah.
that, but it'd be cool to fly past there just to see like that island. Like that'd be amazing just to like take pictures of that little island. Yeah, I'm happy Luke didn't speak. Like it would have been worse if he like spoke or like said a sentence. Then you're like, okay, I know like what he's trying to say now. Can you please just say it? But because we don't know what he's going to say, it's kind of better for us to sit back and speculate instead of have any kind of hint and then go crazy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad he didn't say anything, because if he said something, then it was like, oh, that's what you ended on?
I mean, honestly, that shot was my favorite shot of the whole movie.
Hey, Dean, what was your favorite scene of the movie?
My favorite scene, I've only seen it twice and it's so hard, but this obviously might change.
Yeah.
When Poe comes in, and like Han Solo and Chewie like put their arms down, and then you see Poe, and it's like it's a single shot. It's just the camera in a single shot, and he's like looping and killing all the TIE fighters and things like that. It was just, we haven't really seen that in Star Wars before.
Yeah.
And it's modern filmmaking, and it's just it was so good. That as much as I think that it was predictable, I still like when Han Solo like is about to fall and he puts his hand on Kylo's face.
That hurt.
Like that's, oh no, like if Kylo ever thinks back to this moment, he's just gonna think that his dad was still light even after being killed.
Yeah.
Like goosebumps. But
it hurts even thinking about it.
I think Harrison Ford gave one of his best performance as Han in this movie, and one of his best performances in general, I think.
Yeah.
I agree. I
I
agree.
think he was just amazing in this. Like, we didn't even see Harrison Ford. We saw Han Solo, or at
True.
least I did.
That was probably in his contract. Like, we will kill you, but you have to be amazing. And
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, whatever. I don't mind. I just want the money.
Going.
Like that, I still love that Conan interview where he's just like, where Conan's like, did you get
She was my
teary-eyed or
wife.
anything when you stepped on set and saw everything? He's like, no, I got paid.
Yeah.
Going back to your point about Poe Dean, I tweeted this last night. I was like, I think Poe Dameron, like minus the force factor of like Anakin Skywalker, I feel like Poe Dameron is what we all wanted Anakin Skywalker to be, like minus like a lightsaber, like that kind of cockiness and being able to be like a great pilot. Because Obi-Wan Kenobi said, he was a great pilot. And I kind of see similarities. I'm like, well, I kind of want Anakin to be like this Poe guy.
And it feels like
would've,
that. Yeah. Here
No,
you
sorry, Josh. You go. There you go.
It like what I was gonna say about like that whole thing is like exactly what you were saying. That's a great point. I think Poe is what we wanted Anakin to be, and like, and I
even
love
looks like
also
him.
another thing about this movie is no one like felt so wooden like the prequels did. Like it was just everyone like talked exactly the same in the prequels. Everyone had a different personality in this movie. I love
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, the prequels
I
are so
agree.
monotone.
With the Poe thing, yeah, like Anakin being that kind of flyer. What am I saying? Pilot.
Pilot, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But I actually think I would Anakin to be more like Ren, but like a flip on it. So you actually see him know that the dark side's there, because Anakin was a bit of an idiot. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, oh, what does this feel like? He couldn't understand what it was, and even though people were telling him, like, he couldn't comprehend it due to his hate and rage and fear. But Kylo Ren is completely aware that the light side is taking him. Would have been nice to kind of get that with Anakin and young Anakin, like him knowing that he's not 100% whole. Would have put more brought more depth to the Darth Vader character, or the Anakin character.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
So we could probably keep talking about this forever, but is there anything else you guys want to address before we kind of wrap this up? Oh, Dean, I have a question. Well, what did you think of Snoke? I don't think I've asked you that.
When he appeared on the screen and he was massive, like a giant, it was the first time in the movie that I actually got upset. I was like, no, like, please don't do it.
Yeah.
And then when he went all holographic, I was like, oh, thank God, thank
Yeah.
you. Like,
Same.
yeah. The only thing I want to bring up before we go is just like I read a line. Here it is. It's Ben Solo hasn't done what Luke couldn't, and killed his father to ascend to the dark side. And I just like that line there. I can't. It's just from. It's pretty much the turning point of Kylo Ren, and I am so excited to see Kylo Ren in the future movies. Like, I have never liked a bad guy as my favorite character in any movie, and Kylo Ren is definitely by far my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, Kylo Ren was so good, and Adam Driver's performance was great.
Oh, Adam Driver, just his face. Like, as I said, when in the snow after he's killed Han Solo, his face there is so vulnerable, so torn, and he has no idea what he's doing. He's just doing things because he's in the moment and just for the sake of doing them. It's not like where Vader was very like logical and like, okay, I'm going to go do A, B, and C. Like, Adam Driver's performance shows that Kylo Ren doesn't have any plans. He just goes in, especially when he's like, oh yeah, Rey's fine, let's forget the droid. Like, he's just kind of going like on a whim, just like, oh yeah, let's do this now, let's kill Max von Sydow. Like, I'm sure Snoke would have liked to capture him and torture him for more information, but Kylo Ren's like, yeah, no, let's slice him.
Yeah.
When Kylo Ren was like, I'll show you the dark side, I was like, that's really, really cool. I'm like, you had me from that line. I believed in him as a villain.
There's just one thing I wish Kylo Ren had his mask on longer. Like, even though like it was cool to see Adam Driver and his like emotions and everything, I loved his voice like with the mask, and I love that. Just that whole thing with the mask was just great. Like, I wish we got a little bit more of the mask. That's the only thing.
And did you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Just on that, I wish Rey didn't see Adam Driver. Like, as much like I love that scene, I wouldn't change it. but it'd be great if like Ray and Finn didn't see Adam Driver's face, like it was left for Han Solo to see, because now he's all. Yeah, I don't know. I agree. I wish the mask was on for a little bit longer, and that way, when he takes it off, the next movie, it's more of a reveal to the characters, because it doesn't feel like it's going to be that much of a big thing now. He's just going to take his helmet on and off, which is fine, because I really love Adam Driver's performance and his facial expressions. But I agree with you.
I also really liked with Adam Driver with the mask on. I loved we got to see his emotions. Like we saw. Like, such great acting where we actually saw what he was doing when he had the mask on. We saw his emotions, like, we actually were looking at his face. It was like they did that, that was something about the original trilogy, like that one scene at the end of Return of the Jedi when Darth Vader was turning, and he's, like, looking both ways, and you could see the emotion in his face where it's like, oh, he's gonna turn. And it was just amazing, and we had that. I think we had that moment with Kylo Ren a few times in the movie where we were just like not like to the extent of that, but where we could actually see his facial expressions without even seeing his face.
Yeah,
and
agreed.
Going back to Kylo Ren, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but his helmet was actually. Remember, he took off his helmet when he killed his dad, and then he left. So his helmet's gone because he didn't have it in the Force.
Yeah.
So I noticed that. I mean, he obviously he could have picked it up. We didn't really see that.
He didn't pick it up.
But
I think he'll get the mask back just because there's so many figures with him with the mask on. But then again, they probably won't have it back because then they can sell toys without the mask.
Well, and maybe they'll make like a different variation to the mask where we all have to buy new toys or something.
Maybe
like he has like
his mask was very kind of basic. It didn't actually look 100. Like the quality wasn't the best. So maybe you're right. Like maybe now he's going to go off and have an upgraded mask. Maybe make it a little bit more Vader-esque.
Night vision goggles.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. You know, I need to buy some toys. I need to buy some Force Awakens toys.
Well, I'm getting some for Christmas. My mom told me I couldn't buy any more because she needed to get me stuff.
A Twitter message. I have too many.
Do you? I have a lot of Funko Pops. Funko Pops are great.
Yeah, my girlfriend got me the BB-8 as well for Christmas, so I'm just excited to open that.
Oh, that's awesome. I was looking at that at Best Buy today. It's like $150 right now. Really?
Cheap. It's
what
like
is
200 and something here. Australia just add an extra $100 on all that stuff.
Wait. What is really expensive?
The BB-8. The BB-8.
Oh, Sphero. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Personally, if I had to choose like one kind of expensive item, I'd choose Kylo Ren's Black Series mask rather than the BB-8 because that one's only $80 here.
The voice changing mask, is that what you're talking about?
Well, yeah, but like I don't even care about the voice changing, just to like have the actual helmet.
I heard the voice change wasn't that good.
Yeah, Chris Stuckman got it.
The voice changing's terrible. Oh, I love Chris Stuckman.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Stuckman's great.
So I want to ask you guys we've all seen this more than once. I've seen it 3 times. I think you guys seen it twice, right? Mm-hmm. Where would you rank this amongst your all-time Star Wars movies? Like out of 1 to 7.
Okay, you can go first if you want, Josh.
I think that's hard. It's a hard one, but right now, I still need to see the movie a few more times. But right now, I would say number 1, Empire Strikes Back. 2 is Return of the Jedi. 3 is Force Awakens. 4 is A New Hope. 5 is Revenge of the Sith, and then
the others.
Then Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say right now.
Mine
but it
would
might
be
change.
From best to worst. Sorry, I'll go worst. I'll go the other way. So Attack of the Clones, Phantom Menace, Revenge. In 4th, I've got The Force Awakens. 3rd, A New Hope. 2 Jedi and 1 Empire. Only because it's so hard because I'm at the age where I was able to experience the original trilogy without the prequels.
Yeah.
So I was never I liked the prequels. I was still young enough to appreciate them and like them. I wasn't stuck in my ways at that point. And I don't mind the prequels now. It's just Empire. When you think about some of the scenes in Empire and Jedi and even A New Hope, so iconic. No scene in The Force Awakens really, when I think of Star Wars, in A New Hope when he's staring at the two moons on Tatooine. Like, that scene alone is probably my favorite if you put in The Force Awakens as well. But to be honest, I think that's going to change. I reckon The Force Awakens will probably take the third spot and pop New Hope down to fourth. That's how I feel. It's very hard right now because we haven't let it sink in, and once we see 8 and 9 as well, it's gonna cement like how we view that.
Yeah.
Now forward, because we see 8 in mystery and we can kind of see the subtle hints. Like, for example, if Rey does become Luke's daughter, that's like lightsaber coming out of the snow. Imagine once we find that out and then go back and watch The Force Awakens and we're like, oh my god, he did that as well.
Yeah.
That's
for me, I mean, I know a lot. I mean, like my sister, all my friends are dipshits though, but like they all think The Force Awakens is the best film they've ever seen. I'm not gonna go that far. Empire Strikes Back is my number one. I think it'll be I don't think anything can beat Empire Strikes Back in my opinion. It's such a perfect movie. I love Yoda. 2, I'm gonna have The Force Awakens, just because while I think there are certain parts of A New Hope and Return of the Jedi that I love, I feel like I loved this movie as a whole more than I loved the wholes of the other two. But the other two had more iconic scenes, like
a good point.
Like Binary Sunset, my favorite one shot in Star Wars history. My favorite battle was Luke versus Vader and Jedi. I love those, but I don't feel like, while I feel like A New Hope was a better movie than this, I didn't appreciate it as much, just because that's not my generation. This is my generation. So I'm gonna have Empire Strikes Back 1, The Force Awakens 2, A New Hope 3, Jedi 4. I always flip flop between Jedi and A New Hope. Like, those two are tied for me. I love them both. 5 and a half, Revenge of the Sith, and then I'm not going to acknowledge the other two, but it goes 1, 2.
I liked the Phantom Menace, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I liked it when I was like 5, and then I was like, wait, this kind of sucks. But yes,
yeah, no. So that's me, and that's gonna change for me as well. Like, to be honest, just going back to what you said before about how nothing can take over Empire. I feel that the way the momentum is going for these movies, like the momentum that we've got just from The Force Awakens alone, like once the whole world, like, you got to remember the hype right now is so ridiculous. Once the whole world gets into the Star Wars fandom, which they will, like by the time episode 9 comes out, everyone that wasn't a believer is going to become a believer. And they're going to be in that cinema, like the whole world's going to go crazy, and the hype and the momentum is hopefully just going to, obviously it doesn't affect the movie, but it affects how people see the movie. We're not going to have as many negative people like crapping on these on the sequel trilogy. Like, everyone's going to be in love with them, and we're not going to be scared to like for example, like when I say I like the Phantom Menace, I don't like saying that because there's such stigma to it, but saying like these new movies, there's going to be no stigma. It's just going to be like, we love this. This is new. This is like new filmmaking. Like, we don't have stupid dialogue. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I feel like 8 could even be better than 7, and then 9 could be better. Like, they're building off everything, where, like, obviously Episode 3 was probably, in my opinion, it was the best prequel. And like, but I don't necessarily think Episode 9 is gonna be the best of this trilogy. But I mean, this is the first movie of many, many, many Star Wars movies, and if this is any indication of what is to come, damn, we should be in for a good ride.
Do you think Episode 8 will parallel Empire in the way that the next movie, the Empire, it's going to end with the Empire having a win over the Resistance? Like, that it's going to end on a cliffhanger of, oh no, like, kind of.
I think.
The First Order. I keep saying Empire.
I think that. Sorry, Josh, go ahead.
I think with the Empire winning, yes, I think it will. But I think everything else now, like, not like this movie was, like, because this movie had tons of parallels to the original, which I don't think is a bad thing. But I don't think it's a bad thing.
It's like Creed.
I don't think they should continue it.
Just don't.
Like, good for this movie. Like, thank you. It got people that hadn't seen A New Hope probably really excited for Star Wars, because it's practically.
It was good for this movie.
Yeah.
It was good for this movie, just not for the next few. When they do like for 8 and 9, it'll kind of start getting old if they do that again. But for this movie, it was great. Like it was great. But I think the next one could end with the Empire or the First Order winning.
Yeah.
I almost say Empire every single time. Also,
For you?
Yeah.
Um,
That would change. That would change soon.
yeah.
yeah.
I think Episode 8 is gonna have the parallels between Kylo Ren training with Snoke, which is like Yoda and Luke, and I think Luke is gonna be training Rey, which are those two parallels. But besides that, I mean, if you look at every sequel, they're almost all darker, like in this kind of genre. It's like Empire Strikes Back set the bar, like how to make a good second movie. So, like, I feel like if the First Order didn't kind of come out on top in Episode 8, it would feel weird because then it would feel like the Resistance is better than the First Order, which it doesn't look like they are. I mean, the First Order had a damn planet as a weapon. So I'm also interested to see, since the First Order blew up the Republic planet, like what fallout from that is.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Do you guys?
I didn't think it was
Sorry,
I didn't think it was the Republic planet at first, but
it was though.
Yeah, it
but
was.
I didn't notice it at first.
Yeah,
like,
because
I
they didn't
did,
set
but,
it up.
like,
That's another thing I didn't like about the movie.
Yeah, you didn't have
like they didn't
emotion.
set up like with Alderaan. We knew that it was Alderaan. Sorry, Josh, continue.
Like yeah, exactly. Like what you were saying, that is definitely a problem with the movie. Is like, what were the names of the planets? I can't name any of them. Any
Yeah.
of the planets in this movie.
They were but
I have no idea what any of them were called.
you guys don't think that one was Coruscant, do you?
No.
I don't think it was, but I think that would kind of be interesting because
If it was Coruscant, it would mean more to us. But
Yeah, but then there'd be a major flaw, like if they didn't explain that it was Coruscant. So
it
everyone's
didn't
like,
look
"Are you
like
serious?"
Coruscant.
Yeah, it looked a little bit different though, but yeah, I mean, I guess that's probably one flaw the movie has. But I mean, would there be time to explain, like why we care about those planets? You know,
No, there really
because
wasn't.
like I mean, if you make say Poe is from one of those planets, then it's the same thing as like Leia. So I guess it's kind of almost like a lose-lose situation with Starkiller Base, you know?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we all know Post from Yavin 4. They set that one up.
I mean, yeah, 99% sure.
We know he's from Yavin.
I don't think it matters to a normal movie-going audience anyway. Like, we're all gonna know because we're like hardcore Star Wars fans. So give it a week and we'll know like each planet that was in and which planet was destroyed and which moon was destroyed. So
Yeah.
I think for the normal movie-going audience, it's not too important. Like, they just needed to know that, this thing could wipe out a planet.
I just kind of wish they gave the planet a name. Like, someone just like I don't care what. Just like someone screams out, "Oh my God! They just blew up whatever the name of the planet was called." I just kind of wanted to know a name. That's it. So then I can research later.
Yeah.
So, kind of wrapping it up, what were you guys' just overall thoughts on this kind of to end the show? Because we're getting, let's see, how long is it right now? We're at an hour 42.
Oh wow. I'll start now then. So basically, I'm super excited for 8. I'm super excited for 9.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for Rogue One, and being a Star Wars fan, and obviously going in and just hoping, hope wasn't a prequel trilogy, hoping it wasn't that bad. Like, I'm so excited that I can now say I'm 100% inside the Star Wars universe and 100% excited for anything they put out.
Yeah.
I was kind of, I wasn't 100% in. Like, I was still reading like Lost Stars and Aftermath and stuff like that, but I wasn't 100% convinced that I was going to get fully back into the canon. This, more than anything, is just shown that I'm going to go make sure I read all the comics now, pick up on it. I want to read The Perfect Weapon, that short novella.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a great movie. Fantastic movie. I can't say how good it was. It's just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
How about you, Josh? Just kind of last thoughts on it.
You know, our podcast is almost as long as the movie.
Oh,
Just thinking about that.
I
I loved it. I mean, I'm so so excited. Like we've done this podcast. How long has it been? Like a few months.
Since early September.
Yeah. So it's like, so if this movie was bad,
we'd
just
be screwed.
Like if this movie was bad, just imagine like.
Oh, imagine Jedi Council and like those like Collider Video pretty much.
It would
They're
all
all
fall.
Star Wars, so like imagine that they'd lose so many viewers.
Yeah, if this was bad, and now that like it's great, like we're back in this world, like, and then we also have like Rebels, we have everything.
We have
Rebels,
Rogue One coming out next year that no one's really talked about.
We have 363 days.
Yeah.
363.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped for Rogue One.
Oh yeah, I am. I can't wait to see a trailer. But I love this. I love this movie. So excited! It's great. Can't wait to see it tomorrow. Can't wait to see it again Thursday. Hopefully, I'll see it a few more times before that.
Yeah. So I mean, sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to see it again Monday. I have a screening Monday. Maybe before the screening, I'll go watch it again.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I mean, my overall impressions with it were, I'm really glad that I can love this movie and not be looked at like, well, you're just like Star Wars. You only like it because it's Star Wars. It's a damn great movie, and that's awesome. And I mean, I went into this movie. People were saying, "Do you think it's going to be the best Star Wars ever?" And I went, "No." And if I did, I could be let down because that's setting the bar too high. But I was completely satisfied with everything that they put in this movie. Sure, did I want more? Yes, but then it'd be a 4.5-hour movie, and while I would have liked that, the general audience doesn't have time for that.
Exactly right.
That's why we got the book.
Yeah, and I mean, they set themselves up so well for episodes 8 and 9, because if this movie failed, like Dean said, you are not. It's almost like if Batman vs Superman fails, but more. Like, you are just kind of screwed, because I mean, while people will still be very excited for 8 and 9, it's kind of like a bad. It's like, well, this was your one shot to get rid of the prequels, and you didn't do it, and they did it. And I applaud J.J. Abrams. I'd give that guy an arm, no pun, like if he needed one, because I am so grateful that they made this movie. I never thought they were gonna make another movie. I was happy with the way it ended. I was at peace, and I completely love this movie. I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10 personally. I know it has its flaws, but I still don't necessarily even see them as flaws. And the character development was beautiful. The scenery was phenomenal. The acting was great. The mix between the old characters and the new was amazing. And they set themselves up, like I keep saying, for 8 and 9 so well. That last shot with Luke was something spectacular. And this movie has gotten people everywhere in the world to like Star Wars again. It is cool to like Star Wars again, even though I still get made fun of by many, many people. I love Star Wars, and I'm not going to say that I don't. You know, it's Star Wars is back, and it's going to be back for a long time, and this is just a start. You know, Star Wars, no pun intended, has awoken, and we're just getting started, and this movie was excellent.
Yeah.
So,
Agreed.
Unless you guys have anything else, I think we'll probably wrap it up.
We should probably end it just because of it. Yeah, as you said, it's nearly going on 2 hours.
And if anyone is still like listening to this video at an hour 54, thank you, Grandma. But just kidding. But yeah. So I think that'll do it. If you guys have obviously seen the Force Awakens, if you've tuned in this video, if you haven't, what the hell are you doing with your life? But leave us some comments down below what you guys thought. And then both Tanner and Dean have channels on YouTube, so guys, tell them kind of, Dean, you go first, like what you guys do on YouTube, and I'll put links too.
Yeah, so basically I do vlog style videos here in Australia, so just stuff around Australia as well as some travel stuff overseas. So I just got back from Japan and Singapore. So those videos go up every Tuesday and Saturday. So you get 2 videos a week. Follow me on Twitter as well at Denishes, just Denishes on everything. Pop it into Google and just follow me on all that stuff because I talk Star Wars all the time.
Definitely. And then
cool.
Josh, what do you do? Are you cool?
Yeah, you guys could subscribe me on YouTube, Grand Moff Josh. And
I'm doing that right now as you speak.
Yeah, I'll subscribe to you. I'll subscribe to you in a few.
Oh, how nice.
I do movie reviews. I do mainly my whole channel is Star Wars. It's
True.
Rebel reviews, comic reviews, video
Books.
game reviews, TV show reviews. That's basically it. It's just anything with the entertainment except for music. I'm not a music person. But yeah.
And then if you guys are listening to this video, this is on my channel, so check out. I don't even know what I'm going to be posting now because I posted like reaction videos to the Force Awakens stuff because I have like a strictly Star Wars channel. So I might be going kind of Luke and just you might not hear from me, but we will still do this podcast every single week. So with that being said, may the Force be with you always, and what a time it is to be alive, to be a Star Wars fan.